Monsieur Raymond.
Go on, Aegis.
I went to the Hotel de Massiac as agreed. What I discovered goes beyond your darkest conjectures. The club's members have no intention of... Rather, with the King's support, they plan to replace...
Ma foi. But such a plan would certainly only improve...
You are mistaken, mon père. If the planters get their way, they will have a greater need of slaves than ever. Only this time, they intend to slaughter them to power their machines.
Quelle abomination!
Par tous les saints.
4 days ago, the Paris Guard captured 100 black people. They were to be sacrificed as part of an experiment to test the effectiveness of the automat harvesters. Luckily, I was able to prevent the massacre.
Where are they now?
In a place they call the Dépôt des Noirs. I don't know where it is, but it bears the inscription, Tour du Diable.
The Devil's Tower is a prison in Vincennes, within the chateau walls.
That's 3 leagues from here. We'll only be able to free the prisoners once we're able to move freely ourselves.
At least they were spared the fate that the king and his accomplices had planned for them.
And what will you do with the 2 servants you employ, Monsieur Raymond?
I will continue to treat them well, as I always have.
However, under the laws you insist on following, they will become slaves again the moment they leave the kingdom.
Certainly not, Monsieur de Robespierre. What kind of a man would I... The planters of Massiac have been proven to be... I thought I was dealing with opposition, but now I discover them to be from whom it would be vain to expect any compromise. From this day on, I will fight against their interests with all my strength, and will not lay down my arms until the last slave in the Empire has been freed.
Rest assured, then, that the people will fight by your side, Monsieur Raymond.
That's the spirit, my friends. Vive l'égalité. How is your research on Nicholas Flamel going?
I have done nothing yet.
Don't take too long. Don't forget that the tomb is in the church isn't far.
Goodbye, mon père. Monseigneur.
What can I do for you, Aegis?
Goodbye, Monseigneur.
Allez en paix.
Monsieur B. Goodbye, Monsieur B. Monsieur Lavoisier.
What can I do?
The clues I found at the warehouse suggest that the gunpowder was moved to the Bastille.
Diable. You must find a way to get there and put an end to this threat.
The clues I found at the warehouse suggest that the gunpowder...
Diable.
Goodbye, Monsieur Le... Monsieur de Mirabeau. What does this letter mean?
Who gave you the right to read my correspondence?
I'm curious about how you got rid of Italia. As if it burned your fingers.
To tell you the truth, you're not entirely wrong. It is a missive sent by my father, the Marquis de Mirabeau. The scoundrel who he writes to say that he is on the brink of death, in such a desperate state that he has received extreme unction. This reprobate used his final moments on this mortal plane to send me threats yet again. He swears that he will torment me from beyond the grave.
How is that possible?
To my knowledge, he has not yet deigned to shuffle off this mortal coil. In any case, the satisfaction of knowing he is dead would not assuage my concern. This man is more persistent than the plague. He's capable of anything. He has spent his entire life persecuting his family. And I believe he is ready to spend his eternal rest continuing to do the same. I need to know what he's planning.
Where is he now?
At his home in Argenteuil. Given the circumstances, going to ask him for an explanation is out of the question. But the man who heard his final confession is here.
Monseigneur de la Fare.
Precisely. Only this confounded shaveling refuses to tell me a word of what the old dragon confided to him. He stubbornly insists on the secrecy of confession. Bon sang. Will we ever be rid of these damned superstitions? Aegis, would you be so kind as to intercede with the bishop? Perhaps you will be able to make him change his mind.
Monseigneur.
What can I do for you, Aegis?
Monseigneur, I would like to talk to you about your recent meeting with the Marquis de Mirabeau.
What has gotten into all of you? This has gone on long enough. I will say it one last time and pray that they will finally leave me alone. Nothing and no one will make me violate the secrecy of his confession. Have I made myself clear?
Perfectly clear, Monseigneur. Monsieur de Mirabeau. Alas, the bishop stubbornly...
Damn it. I need to know. Let me think. In light of the cartload of threats he sent me, it's safe to wait. They may even have already suffered. However, my sister lives in Gars. Unless a messenger rode 100 horses to death, she could not have received this letter. Then there is my poor mother.
If you ask me, I will go to find her.
Yes, it's very kind of you to offer. But I couldn't even
Your own...
Indeed. It's a very embarrassing matter.
I can be discreet.
Very well. You should know that my mother, the Countess of Covey, has lost everything. No matter what I tried, nothing could... It is said that she is now living on charity. In the most abject poverty in the slums of the Marais. If perchance your past takes you to this dreadful place, and if she still remembers who... Have you found my mother?
No.
Remember, rumor has it she lives in the
I found a broken... It says Franciscus, and do you know who it belongs to?
Well, yes. I know the owner. And I'm willing to bet you're looking for...
That's right.
Well, you'd need to look a little further east, mademoiselle. Across the Rhine. Because this cane belongs, or belonged, Franz Anton
Mesmer, the Prince of Charlatans.
Good heavens, it's been a long time since I've heard his name.
5 years to be exact since your learned commission denounced his theories.
It wasn't long after that when he disappeared.
Can you tell me more about Mesmer?
He was a mystical healer who was once popular with the upper class. I myself...
You mentioned a
The king did not look kindly on the healer's popularity. This led him to appoint a commission from the Royal Academy.
An institution to which Monsieur Bailly and we were asked to investigate his alleged power.
The experiments that we performed allowed us to determine that Monsieur Mesmer's activities were pure a conclusion that destroyed his successful career the moment...
But there was something, Sylvain. A tiny flow of energy that my devices were able to measure.
My dear colleague, must I remind you again that we were never able to reproduce your observation? It was obviously a momentary failure, if you're...
Perhaps.
When and how did
The denunciation of his techniques was the start of a long... He was abandoned by his clients and resumed his... I think he was hoping to perfect his so-called science, and...
A hope that led him to associate himself with that dastardly Cagliostro. God only knows what it... In any case, their collaboration did not... Monsieur Mesmer left the kingdom overnight to return to...
Why did he leave so quickly?
That is a mystery. But those who saw him that morning say it was as if he had the devil at his heels.
This is true. He left in such a hurry that he abandoned everything he owned. And it seems that Cagliostro has inherited...
Is that so? Well, if what you say is true, that...
Yes, it's likely.
This adventurer from who knows where is quite the mysterious character. And I've been able to observe him from my apartments, making frequent visits. I wonder what he was doing there.
What were Monsieur Mesmer's theories?
He is a proponent of a theory called animal... He claimed to be able to channel a purported universal healing fluid by passing his hands over patients and using magnet.
He also cobbled together a whole array of mad devices, each stranger. Unfortunately, despite all his attempts, I don't know that he...
What happened during Monsieur Mesmer's trip?
Oh, there were quite a... Imagine well-born ladies afflicted with perfectly imaginary... A dimly lit room. where incense has been burnt. Amiable servants, half-dressed, gliding from countess to Dutch. And the great Mesmer, a doctor with wandering hands. Oh, you should have seen them. Those grand ladies moaning, crying, and falling into a swoon. Du théâtre, ma chère. Pure.
close interest in this tomb. Go to the Tuileries and follow the directions on the receipt. It also mentions the Quartier du Saint-Eustache and Rue Saint-Honoré.